uh, about Donald Trump claiming to be leaving the hospital today. Today, just what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, Friday he went in. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days. Just 4 days. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes. I'm going to pull it up on your screen. CLS, thank you for listening to today's podcast. Appreciate that. I guess there's going to be a problem with me bringing in images. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show where you're coming from. But everyone click the like button wherever you're watching and click the share button. Let's go ahead and get it shared. And then I'm going to pull on the screen the tweets from Donald Trump. Um, yeah, there we go. We got it. All right. I'm going to pull it up on your screen now. I'm going to Donald Trump's timeline so that we can go over this. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. One or two things is going to happen. Let me cut to the chase. Hey, everybody. Um, I'll start putting your comments on the screen soon. I want to just kind of cut to the chase real quick. One or two things is going to happen. Donald Trump either, first of all, never had COVID-19, or Donald Trump's going to end up dying in the Lincoln bedroom. That's it. It's entirely too soon for him to have recovered from anything. All right, that said, let's go to his Twitter timeline so that you can see what this moron is talking about. And here we go. This is the president. He just tweeted this out about 10 minutes ago. He said, "I will be leaving the Great Walter Reed Medical Center today at 6:30 p.m. feeling really good. Watch this. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. We have developed, under the Trump administration, some really great drugs and knowledge. I feel better than I did 20 years ago." This is madness. He's about to get a lot of people killed. And this was the plan all along. The plan all along was to, whether he had it or not, was to give the appearance as if COVID-19 was something negligible, something that the average person could just take on. Never mind the fact. Let's pretend that he actually had it. Let's just go with that assumption. He actually has COVID-19, because the first 5 days, most people seem to be okay. The first 5 days, it's the second 100 days that usually takes a person out, especially those people who have the long-term COVID. So a couple things Donald Trump is trying to do is trying to present himself as if he's some kind of damn Superman. He's not. He either does not have it, never had it, or he's going to end up dying in the Lincoln bedroom. I'm going to keep saying that line over and over again until everybody starts tweeting it. He either never had COVID-19 or he's going to end up dying in the Lincoln bedroom. But regardless of his personal health, this is exactly how he always planned on using it. He planned on using the idea of him having COVID-19 to tell people, don't be afraid of it. Don't let it dominate your life. And then to take credit for it, that we've developed underneath the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge. So as he comes out, he's going to be pushing the idea that COVID-19 is not that bad. In fact, he already had somebody go on Fox News and say, yet again, repeated the lie that COVID-19 is like the flu. This man it's going to be even worse. If he is whatever he is, sick, not sick, whatever, he's going to make it worse, because check this out. Let's say he actually was sick. How many Americans have access to Walter Reed presidential suite style treatments? How many people? Most Congress people don't have that. Most senators don't have that. No average American has that. Nobody. I want to put this on the screen. Sheila, go on the screen. Think. He's gonna die in the Lincoln bedroom. Like he either had never had this in the first place, or he's such a moron that because let's look at the timeline for COVID. The timeline for COVID, most people's serious reactions come around day 10. And he's getting ready to leave the hospital. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think he had it in the first place. And I'm the last. If any of you have been following me any significant amount of time, you know I am the last person to believe in um, conspiracy theories. But the way he's using COVID-19 right now, and the way he's going to check out of the hospital, it's either that or he is so moronic that he is willing to risk his life for. He's willing to die for his ego. He's willing to leave the hospital. No, and then not just himself. He's willing, of course, he's willing to kill people around him. That goes without saying, right? He's willing to kill the people around him, but he's also willing to put his own life on the line because he's not. I mean, maybe he's a superhero narcissist, right? If narcissism is a superhero power, that's what he is. That's what he's doing. He's about to get himself killed, or certainly kill the people around him, and that's only if he actually had the virus to begin with. So now, all of that said, I want to take the same poll that I've been taking over the last couple of days. If Donald Trump leaves this evening at 6:30 p.m., like he said, do you believe that he actually had it? Yes. If you say yes, type in sick. If you don't think he had it, type in hoax. Sick or hoax? Which one is it? You already know where I'm coming from. I don't care if he had a mild case of COVID-19. He wasn't asymptomatic. And anyone who's not asymptomatic is down for more than 4 days. So I don't believe well, I don't want to mess up the polling. Let me see what you all say. Do you think he had it? Say sick. If you think it was a hoax, say hoax. Either way, he's weaponizing this in the most dangerous way imaginable. In the most dangerous. Got a lot of hoaxes. If he leaves today, my homeboy Bebo said if he leaves today, it was a hoax. And look what I said earlier, and I really mean this, and I really believe that Donald Trump. Actually, let me just go to my Facebook timeline. Facebook timeline is popping in terms of the information that I share, if I may say so myself. Kelly McEnany, she tested positive. Got to do it all with quotes now, air quotes. She tested positive. The thing is that they are ignorant enough. This is what I sent out earlier today. Trump saw those polls and saw that he didn't get any sympathy bump, and all of a sudden, he was miraculously healed. He got up like the grandfather out of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He just got out the bed like, oh, it's a miracle. Really, bro? But he saw that nobody gave him any sympathy for it, and all of a sudden he's healed. Kelly McEnany, according to the New York Times, she's supposedly sick now. Bad thing about this is that if she is sick, it's reasonable for them to all have this because they had no respect for COVID. They had no respect for coronavirus. They were hugging each other, kissing each other. You saw the video. You saw them at the nomination process for Amy Coney Barrett. So it's very plausible and very reasonable. The temperature changed real quick, by the way. When I came out here and set this computer down, it was nice and cool. That sun is beaming so hard on me right now, I can barely finish my sentences. And my t-shirt is raggedy under here, so I can't take this off. But I digress. Here we go. They did everything that was necessary for them to catch COVID-19. So it's reasonable for us to believe that they actually are sick because it's about time. It's about damn time that they got sick. That's number one. Number two, even if they did get sick, not everyone gets a severe case, right? Even if they get a severe case, not everybody's going to have access to the health care that Donald Trump has access to. Literally, nobody else is going to have access to health care like Donald Trump has access to it. And regardless of what the truth is, we just knew that Donald Trump was going to use this to tell everybody else and to go out and don't be afraid of it. Now, here's the deal. You ain't that stupid. You're not. I'm not. You know who's that stupid? His supporters. So who's he gonna kill? He ain't gonna kill me. I ain't going out nowhere. This is the furthest outside I'm going. I ain't going no bar, no nothing. I suspect some of you, those of you who don't have to go out and you're not an essential worker, you're not going anywhere either. So who is this gonna kill? It's gonna kill his supporters. Donald Trump supporters are gonna go out there and start rolling in the mud, trying to catch COVID-19 so that they could be like their president. Eating it. That man never had it. I'm sorry. Nikki said, hell no, I ain't that stupid. Not at all. Here's the thing. Thank you, Crystal McGuire. He said he was, quote, he was in school for 3 days, not textbook. He gets it now. Yes, he's a terrorist. I'm going to play that clip from yesterday. So he's like, all of a sudden, he knows it better than the scientists. He actually had somebody on Fox News this morning, one of his spokespeople say that this morning. They said he has firsthand knowledge of the coronavirus, unlike Joe Biden. What? You want Joe Biden to get, that's like saying somebody with, I don't know, I'm sorry, syphilis, who caught syphilis, knows syphilis better than doctors who study it. And this is the logic or the illogic of Donald Trump. And it's the illogic of the Republican Party. It's absolutely absurd for him to make the assertion that he is now the expert on COVID-19 because he caught COVID-19. Absolutely ridiculous. So regardless of if he actually had it or not, because I honestly, I think he is ignorant. Donald Trump is dumb enough to do this. This is exactly what he would do. He will insist, despite the demands of the doctors, he will insist to release him. He could very well be sick. They will release him because he feels good today, even though he's not even at day 5. He's like, well, he's at day 5 of the diagnosis. He's at day 5 of the diagnosis. But somewhere around day 10 has been where most people say they took the turn for the worse. Sometimes 2 weeks in, takes a turn for the worse. So I do think Donald Trump is dumb enough to actually have had this and insist, because of appearances, that he goes back to the White House. And that's why I say he either didn't have it at all or he's going to end up dying in the Lincoln bedroom, all for the sake of his ego. He doesn't care for anyone, Linda. So let me play the clip from yesterday. I got to scroll back up and catch the, there's a super chat that I missed, and I don't want to miss any of the super chats. But I want to play the clip from yesterday so that you can see exactly how dangerous this man is. And regardless of his personal health, one thing we can be certain of is how he's going to weaponize this experience. He's going to weaponize this in a way that is so detrimental to everybody. Everybody. He's now the expert on it. That's what he's saying. He's the expert. Let's see if I can find that clip real quick. Probably easier for me to find it on, it's going to be easier for me to find it online, on my Twitter timeline. Leave your comments. I'm going to get your comments on the screen. But I'm going to pull up Donald Trump again from yesterday so that you can see how he's going to weaponize this. Oh, not to mention this deranged thread of just madness that he had earlier today. It was completely out of control. But I want this video right here. Let me see. Make sure you guys can hear it. Give me 2 seconds here. It was on mute. Here's how he's going to use it.
We're getting great reports from the doctors. This is an incredible hospital, Walter Reed. The work they do is just absolutely amazing, and I want to thank them all, the nurses, the doctors, everybody here. I've also gotten to meet some of the soldiers and the first responders, and what a group. I also think we're going to pay a little surprise to some of the great patriots that we have out on the street. and they've been out there for a long time, and they've got Trump flags, and they love our country. So I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit. So perhaps I'll get there before you get to see me. But I just, when I look at the enthusiasm, and we have enthusiasm like probably nobody's ever had. Our people that love the job we're doing, we have more enthusiasm than maybe anybody. So it's been a very interesting journey. I learned a lot about COVID.
Right.
I learned it by really going to school. This is the real school. This isn't the let's read the book school. And I get it, and I understand it, and it's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to be letting you know about it. In the meantime, we love the USA, and we love what's happening. Thank you.
This is the real school. This isn't the book school. This isn't what people spend 12 years of schooling and residency and actually in the field studying. This isn't what you go through 12 years of school for. This is what you caught the virus, so now you're an expert. So that's the case. Why don't we ask the spring breakers who caught it over spring break? Let's bring them in and let them be the experts. I will be leaving Walter Reed Medical Center at 6:30 p.m. today. Feeling really good. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't be afraid to go out there and catch COVID. Go out there and contract it. Take one for the team. That's what Donald Trump is saying. Don't let it dominate your life. In other words, don't shut down your bars. Don't shut down your restaurants. Go ahead and go to Golden Corral. Go to Golden Corral where any given time of the year you'll at least catch the sniffles from the salad bar. We have developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge which aren't being distributed to the masses yet. I feel better than I did 20 years ago. So he's coming out of COVID. Donald Trump is the one person in the world who's coming out of COVID better than the way he went in. I like this from Katie Joseph. Katie said, come on, don't go away. There it is. Katie said he should get $750 worth of health care because that's all he paid in taxes. Let's take a look at this from, let me make it easier to read by taking him off the screen and pull this. Invincible Queer said, I really like Naomi Klein's unapologetic mass shooter analogy, looking at this at like a slow burn crime scene unfolding. Trump being the mass shooter, then turning the weapon, turning the weapon on himself, apparently now back onto the public again. Exactly right. Exactly right. I like this from Charmaine or Shamrian. Sorry, I'm horrible. Please don't unlike my page because I can't read names. He said, how is he able to do this? The way he's able to do this is because Donald Trump has America's number down pat. He has our number. And what I mean by that is he has figured out how he can get anything he wants out of America. He gets anything he wants out of America by not giving a damn about anything. The rules, who's going to stop him? He's the president of the United States. The Secret Service can't stop him. The Supreme Court can't stop him because he packs the court, right? The Senate won't stop him because they're complicit. The House of Representatives won't stop him because they've already tried to impeach him once and they're afraid to impeach him again. The federal judiciary has been stacked and packed by him. 183 judges have been appointed by Donald Trump, so they're all complicit with him. They're all, and we saw with the James Comey incident that he asked for your loyalty. So it's reasonable to assume that every person that has gone and been a part of the Trump administration, whether it be the judiciary or the executive branch, they have given him a pledge of loyalty. So who's going to stop him? So the way he's able to get away with this is because he understands if he politicizes everything, it doesn't matter how ignorant it is to politicize COVID-19. It is completely asinine to politicize COVID-19. He knows that if he politicizes COVID-19, he could get away with anything. He's a chaos agent. He is a master of chaos. He has no shame. And with those characteristics, he's able to get away with just about anything. Super chat from Courtney. said, "Thank you, Ben, for all you do. Blessings to you and yours." Thank you. I appreciate the love. Read a couple more of your comments, and I want to check my Twitter timeline because all that just came out. I'll definitely put this on the screen because you got to vote this monster out. It's the last. It's the last. Oh, we got a live update. We can watch this together. Let me see. Okay, let's watch this together. This is coming from CBS. They're going to do a live update. The doctor, his political doctor, I want to be clear. Sorry for the noise. All right, so this is coming up. I'm going to put it on the screen so that you are aware of what's coming up. Coming from CBS News. Let's do this. So as soon as it comes live, I will. As soon as it goes live, you'll hear it. We'll watch it together. Um, but it's his ability to circumvent all of our norms and institutions. I've gone all the way back to the other conversation, but it's his ability to circumvent all of our norms and institutions, and the fact that he has no respect for those rules, has no respect for the Constitution, and the fact that he absolutely has no shame that he's able to get away with murder of 210,000 people. Those doctors won't admit that he was on oxygen. They aren't going to tell us the truth anyway. It's a lot. It's a lot, folks, and we're talking about. I want to read this. Now he's letting the people know there is a drug to help others. Now here comes a vaccine under his administration. Lies. Like, listen. Okay, one last possibility. One last possibility. He caught it, and they gave him an experimental drug that kicks this in the ass. Cool. Let's distribute that across. Let's get it out now. But what you can't do is tell everybody to go out there and act as if everything is normal and don't let it intimidate you, and you're not giving everybody the same medicine that they just gave you. You know what I mean? So let's say he actually had it. He actually went and they gave him some medicine that nuked it. That just obliterated COVID-19. Bro, I would love to get back to some normalcy. So let's get that mass manufactured. Let's make sure that scientists can see the data on it. They can have some peer review to make sure we're not giving people either a placebo or something that's going to make things worse. And let's get it distributed. But he's not even offering that. What he's offering is empty and hollow promises that are extremely dangerous, that will lead to people getting killed. All right, well, I just got that off of CNN. Trump's advisor urged him not to. All right. That's the thing. Here's the last thing. Like, for people to oppose what we're saying, right? For people to disagree with our analysis, what they say is this. They say that we try to, or we want this virus that we don't want to cure. And we don't want to cure because we don't want the cure to come underneath Donald Trump. And then magically the cure is going to come underneath Joe Biden. This is really
continues to do very well. His vital signs this morning were notable for a temperature of 98.1. His blood pressure was 134/78. A respiratory rate of 17 respirations per minute. His heart rate was 68 beats per minute. And his last oxyhemoglobin saturation was 97% on room air. He currently does not endorse any respiratory complaints. And aside from our evaluation with the multidisciplinary team this morning, has maintained a full schedule, ambulating and working on the White House medical unit. I'll now turn it over to Dr. Garibaldi to again discuss therapeutics. Thanks.
Hi, good afternoon. And again, I just wanted to echo the sentiment of what an honor it is to be part of this wonderful team here at Walter Reed. Yesterday evening, the president received his third dose of remdesivir. He tolerated that infusion without difficulty, and his kidney and liver function continued to be normal. Our plan is to give the fourth dose of remdesivir this evening before he goes back to the White House, and we've made arrangements to deliver the fifth and final dose of his treatment course at the White House tomorrow evening. He continues on dexamethasone, and again, the plan for today is to continue to be up and out of bed, eat and drink, and work as he is able. And I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Jason Blaylock, who's an infectious disease specialist and the chief of medicine here at Walter Reed, to give some updates on infection control. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I just want to say what an honor it's been to be part of this medical team behind me and to care for the president. Since the president's arrival at Walter Reed, he's received medical management that remains in line with national clinical societal guidelines for treatment of COVID-19 infection. In addition, both myself and Dr. Wes Campbell have worked very closely with various laboratories in the area, state-of-the-art facilities to include USAMRIID and RARE, on obtaining advanced diagnostic testing to really inform the White House medical team of both the status of the president as well as his ability to transmit virus to others. Also, we have worked very closely with the Walter Reed team to ensure that we are looking very closely at infection control prevention strategies and the right posture so that the president can safely return to his residence. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Conley, who will answer any final questions.
Thanks, Jason. I mentioned it Saturday, but I'd like to reiterate myself just how grateful the President and I are to the men and women of Walter Reed, our colleagues at Johns Hopkins, as well as the many federal, private institutions that we've received support from. And so long as everything continues on the track that we're experiencing right now, this time, as the President already tweeted out, is to get him home later today. With that, I'll take a couple questions.
Discharged back to the White House when he was given steroids. You've said that he's still on those steroids. Those are medicines, as you know, that are usually given to COVID patients who are on ventilators or with low oxygen. So did you over-treat him? And if he's still on that medication, how is it safe for him to return to the White House?
So we send patients home with medications all the time. In fact, yesterday afternoon, he probably met most of his discharge requirements safely from the hospital. And he's returning to a facility, the White House Medical Unit, that's staffed 24/7, top-notch physicians, nurses, PAs, logisticians, and the unit here, the team here behind me is going to continue to support us in that nature. Yes?
Dr. Conley, what infection control measures are you taking? And how was it safe for him to drive around in a cloth mask yesterday? And how is it safe for him now to return to the White House where there have been so many cases? How is any of this safe?
So the president has been surrounded by medical and security staff for days wearing full PPE. And yesterday, the U.S. Secret Service agents were in that same level of PPE for a very short period of time. We've worked with our infectious disease experts to make some recommendations for how to keep everything safe down at the White House for the president and those around him. We're looking at where he's going to be able to carry out his duties, office space, and I'll just say that it's in line with everything we've been doing upstairs for the last several days.
Can you tell us, please, on testing, can you tell us when he had his last negative test? Was it Thursday? Was it Wednesday? Do you remember when he had his last negative test?
I don't want to go backwards.
Contact tracing for people who are around him to know.
I understand. The contact tracing, as I understand it, is being done. I'm not involved with that. So.
Why did you begin the recommendation that he leave, or was this something he pushed for?
No. So we try to get patients home and out of the hospital as quickly as is safe and reasonable. Every day a patient stays in the hospital unnecessarily is a risk to themselves. And right now there's nothing that's being done upstairs here that we can't safely conduct down home.
You said that
7 to 10 days was a window that you'd be concerned about. I don't think we're there yet. So do you have concerns about potential worsening or reversal, and what are your plans for addressing that if it were to happen?
You're absolutely right, and that's why we all remain cautiously optimistic and on guard because we're in a bit of uncharted territory when it comes to a patient that received the therapies he has so early in the course. So we're looking to this weekend. If we can get through to Monday with him remaining the same or improving, better yet, then we will all take that final deep sigh relief. But as I said, 24/7 world-class medical care surrounding him down there. We're not going to miss anything that we would have caught up here.
Physically going to be in the White House, and what does that look like? How do you keep him safely quarantined?
I wish I could go into that more, but I just can't.
Doctor, when can you begin dexamethasone treatment?
So that has something to do. Yesterday we talked about that, the several little temporary drops in his oxygen, and we had discussed that as a team and elected to start it early in case that persisted or worsened. The potential risks and side effects we all discussed. We looked at the data and decided that we'd rather push ahead on it than hold and risk the opposite.
And what about CT scans and chest x-rays? What have you seen on his campaigning?
As far as travel goes, we'll see.
His mental status, can you talk to about whether he has any neurological symptoms? Does he have any side effects from his medications? Any fogginess from the virus?
No, I think you've seen the videos and now the tweets, and you'll see him shortly. He's back. Yeah.
Pneumonia or any inflammation in his lungs at all?
So we've done routine standard imaging. I'm just not at liberty to discuss.
Doctor,
So you're actively not telling us what those lung scans showed, just to be clear.
So there are HIPAA rules and regulations that restrict me in sharing certain things for his safety and his own health and reasons.
Share how many times, you said his oxygen dropped several times. Can you share how many times he was on oxygen? You said you checked with the nursing staff yesterday?
Yes. So he the 2 episodes like we talked about yesterday, and both times that he received a little bit of oxygen and recovered immediately.
Was that oxygen required?
No, it wasn't required. He wasn't short of breath. He wasn't looking ill. It was more of us trying to anticipate needs and see how he'd respond. And in both cases, it came right off. He didn't need it from very long at all.
You were on board Air Force One for multiple trips. Are you at all concerned about your own exposure and exposure to the medical team?
I am concerned, but as the CDC says, there are caveats for essential employees. That as long as you continue to test negative, you remain symptom-free, and you keep a mask on when you're out and about, which we do inside the hospital 24/7, then you can carry on your duties. Yeah.
Oh, the president's an impatient man. Has he been itchy to get out of here?
The president has been a phenomenal patient during his stay here, and he's been working hand in glove with us and the team, and today got to the point he's holding court with those of us around him, the whole team, going over all the specifics, the testing, what the future is, and we have been back and forth on what's safe and what's reasonable, and he has never once pushed us to do anything that was beyond safe and reasonable practice that we all first wanted.
Team who recommended against the president leaving here and going back to the White House today?
Or
any White House staffers?
No.
Doctor, the president said don't be afraid of COVID. Do you agree with that? Should we not be afraid?
I'm not going to get into what the president says.
His heart, liver, and kidney function was normal or improving. Improving, does that mean that there were effects, and is it all normal? Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, it's all normal right now. I would say he appeared to be a little dehydrated Friday. He was able to just drink and recover from that, and yeah, everything looks great.
out in the country? What sort of things do you?
Yeah, so the big first thing that we need to do is that there is no evidence of live virus still present that he could possibly transmit to others. And that's what the infectious disease experts and some of our partners, military, civilian entities, doing some of these advanced diagnostics just to see as soon as we can identify that. Routinely, we talk about a 10-day window, CDC guidelines, but we're checking him more routinely than just waiting 10 days. There's a possibility it's earlier than that. There's a chance that it's a little bit later, but we will know as soon as possible. And then we will look at him clinically. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Why have you decided not to administer hydroxychloroquine to the president during his time here?
I'm not going to go into all of our debates about specific medicines and therapies. There are dozens of therapies that we were made aware of, that we considered, that we discussed and debated and looked at, the existing literature on, and this is the regimen we chose.
Hydroxychloroquine.
In terms of COVID, is he having some of the muscle aches? Has he lost his sense of taste and smell?
No, we were just talking about that, what symptoms he has left, and he's even the slight cough that he used to have, he doesn't really complain of at all. He hasn't ever complained of muscle aches, and yeah, he's up and back to his old self predominantly.
Next Monday, just to be clear, how long will he still be actively shedding the virus?
So this morning, I believe there was even an accounting by Dr. Fauci referencing a 5-day, the first 5 days of illness that people are most likely to shed live virus. There's a reason there's the 10 days is because most people by that time, after 7 days, most folks don't have culturable live virus. They put it to 10 just to give some extra space. It's never 100%, between everybody. So we'll see. I'm not going to put a specific number, but we look at that window is all I say.
Will the president be confined to his residence, or will he be allowed to return to the Oval Office?
We're going to do whatever it takes for the president to safely conduct business wherever it is he needs to do within the residence and White House.
And is he on blood thinners? And also, has he been using? Have you been giving him Tylenol, Advil, anything?
Oh, that
to bring
came
his
up.
fever
I would
down?
like to say he has not been on any fever-reducing medications for over 72 hours. Yeah, he's on a routine regimen of COVID therapy. I'm not going to go into specifics as to what he is and is not on, but.
This here that the president had a mild cough, some nasal congestion, and fatigue on Thursday. Now, back to my colleague Jim Jacobs' question here. The reason knowing when the president's last negative test is important. For that reason, your words, what you said, and also for the contact tracing. But would you recommend it that, given those symptoms, that he that the president go to that Bedminster fundraiser? Yeah.
It's not up to me necessarily, the president's schedule, but I would say that it wasn't until after he returned that we really sat down, then knowing the news of the day, that we really dove into how are you feeling, what's going on.
Those were the symptoms he was experiencing on Thursday.
I'm not going to get into operations.
When was his last negative test, and what was his viral load?
I know everyone wants that. Yeah, I don't have his viral load. Those are some of the diagnostics that we're sending out that will really tell us when it's safe for him to get back out and around people.
What did you say when the last negative test was?
Any abnormal tests? Were any of his lab tests abnormal?
I'm not, again, HIPAA kind of precludes me from going into too much depth on things that I'm not at liberty or doesn't wish to be discussed. At some future point, maybe, but today, sorry. I think that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And there we have the president's physicians and others at Walter Reed, letting know the president will leave the medical facility at 6:30 tonight after he receives another and fourth dose of remdesivir, which is an
Folks. I've never seen so many lies in one sentence in one briefing. Y'all get out the go play. Go play. Yeah. No, but don't play in my camera. Did I hear him correctly say that the president had no trace of active virus in him? Did I hear that correctly? Because that seems to be pretty absurd when he's really, according to their own timeline, no more than 6 days in at the most. I think I heard that. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can rewind it and find that part because that's kind of wild. What are your thoughts? What is everybody thinking in terms of what you're hearing? This is ridiculous. Yeah, I did hear that. Okay, so everybody seems to be hearing the same thing that I heard. Elizabeth, get off the screen. Yeah, go play. Whatever, man. I don't care if he was ever sick and not sick, was sick. I don't care. What I care about is that he's going to weaponize this to insist that everyone, like he said, let me pull it back up to the timeline. This is going to be the new talking points. Going forward, you're going to hear from President Trump on a regular basis the following talking points. Let's go to his Twitter timeline and bring it up on the screen. Not picture in picture. Let's do it like here. He said, I will be leaving the Great Walter Reed Medical Center today at 6:30 p.m. Feeling really good. These are the new talking points. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. We've developed some really great drugs and knowledge, and I feel better than I did 20 years ago. Those are the exact talking points. Go away, buddy. Love you, but go. Okay. Those are the exact talking points that will get a lot of people sick. Trying to use what? What I do to do the subscribe challenge. Go, well, come on. They can't see you. Come over here and tell them. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Done. So that was, you're supposed to subscribe right there. That was the subscribe challenge. The point is the point is that he's about to get a lot more people killed. I'm trying not to say that too loud. I don't want the kids to hear me say that. Donald Trump is about to get a lot of more people killed. And Benjamin, back away, please. Can I talk to the audience? It's some serious stuff, and I don't want y'all in this conversation. It's completely immaterial whether or not he actually was sick and is no longer sick. It doesn't matter. What does matter is if they somehow found. I think that's what we're missing. The headline is that the president received a treatment that miraculously cures COVID in 5 days. That's the headline. I need to tweet that out. Right? That's the headline. Because either that or they're saying that the president is superhuman and has like really good genes, which is some old white supremacist stuff. Y'all bear with me while I tweet this out real quick. Let me turn that volume down. Y'all don't need to hear that. The real headline is that the president received a treatment that cured COVID in about 6 days. So why doesn't everybody get this miracle drug, miracle treatment? I'm spelling miracle all kind of way wrong. That's the real question. Received a treatment that cured COVID in about 6 days. So why doesn't everyone get this miracle treatment? Boom. That's what we should be talking about. That's it. That's the only thing that we should be talking about. Is that the president of the United States just received a treatment that cured COVID-19 in about 7 days. So why doesn't everybody get that? What's wrong? He needs a potty? Yeah, well, you put it away because I don't want you playing with it either. Now, hold his feet to the fire on that. That's the headline. That's all we should be. It doesn't matter whether he had it or not. It doesn't matter if he had it or not. What matters is that he is claiming and his doctors are claiming that they gave him a treatment that cures it in 6 days. So there should not be another death from COVID-19 because the president got some miracle treatment. Let's go. We could get back to normal. I expect everybody to recover. I expect everybody who's under the age of 74 and is in better physical condition than Donald Trump, come back here, buddy, to recover. That's the headline. Now, live up to that, Donald, because anybody who dies after this point, every person who dies after this point is proving Donald Trump to yet again be a goddamn liar. Everybody. For every person who dies going forward, it's proven that Donald Trump is a liar. Let me tweet that out. So every person who dies going forward either died needlessly or proves the president is yet again a guy. Can you back up, buddy? Don't talk about anything else online today except for that. The president of the United States just received a treatment that that cures COVID-19 in 6 days, with him feeling better afterwards than he did going in. And so every American should have the same thing. And if they don't get it and they die, it's on him. And if it doesn't exist, then it just proves that he's a liar. Don't talk about it. Let's not talk about whether or not he had it or not. It's immaterial. Hey, I need to put y'all on the trampoline. Well, then Jeremiah, it's not yours. You can't have everything you want. I don't care. You can't have everything that you see. It's not yours. Yeah, well, that's too bad. Go. You come sit with me. Come on. Come on. So that's it. Don't talk about anything else today. It's completely immaterial. It's completely irrelevant, and it's a distraction. Whether or not he was, you mad? You mad now? It's a distraction. The only thing that matters, this is the headline, this is what you tweet about, this is what you hit social media about, is every American needs to have that 6-day COVID cure. Period. Matter of fact, I really want to release you all from the episode right now, from the stream. I'm going to play with these kids. I need every one of you to storm social media with that message. Every American needs the 6-day cure. Donald Trump got a 6-day COVID cure. My kids. Tweet that, share that on social media, post that, do memes, make up memes, send it to me on Twitter. I'll retweet it. That's all we needed to be talking about. I do want to put this up here. CNN mentioned that he has stock in dexamethasone. Makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. I had not known that. Are you looking at yourself, or are you trying to join the conversation? Do you want to join the conversation? No. What? So you're just looking at yourself in the picture? Okay. All right. Everybody, I'm going to play with these kids a little bit. I did my part on Twitter. You do your part. Only thing that matters is the real headline. The president of the United States got cured of COVID-19 in 6 days. Everybody across the planet needs this treatment. So where is it, Trump? Doctors, where is it? They make it so easy. They make it too easy to catch them in their lies. All right, I'll see everybody tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye. Come say bye. Okay or not? You already said bye.
I just said bye.
Say bye.
Bye, loser.
No video games today. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.